It's my hopes that I can continue helping the Guthrie Collaborative and our community, capture this history, and we can create something that to where it won't be forgotten.
We brought you the story of the Elbow in Guthrie last month. An all-black neighborhood settled after the land run and pushed out by severe flooding.
Now the city is planning to open back access to the island surrounded by Cottonwood Creek. In this second part of the story, Fox 25's Jamison Kiefover speaks with a descendant who's working with the city to bring his father's childhood memories back to life.
The Mack house in Guthrie was passed down through generations, similar to the Mack family's stories passed down about the Elbow.
That was kind of the beginning of my life, was in the Elbow.
What's now overgrown trees and an isolated island was still a neighborhood in the 1980s when Joseph's father, Yugi Lee Mack, would take his son to the place he grew up.
He spoke about a lot of different memories, and I think that's what he held dear to his heart. That's what made him the man who he was before he passed.
His father died in April, but Joseph got the chance to interview Yugi about his childhood about 2 years ago, sharing the good times and the hard times in the Elbow.
That Elbow, it flooded so much, I think that the residents were just a little bit leery about staying there and cleaning up every single year, every year. And as a kid, I can recall coming out several times in the middle of the night or early in the morning. Guthrie Fire Department's there with boats to get us out because there was no other way to get in or out of the Elbow other than by boat.
That interview and a handful of photos are all Joseph has of his father's time in the Elbow.
With the Guthrie News Leader, the paper boy he was awarded, the same stories that my father passed down to me about the Elbow, I passed down to my children.
Joseph serves on the Guthrie Collaborative, a group of community members helping the city to create a walking trail and build bridges to reopen the Elbow. Part of the project includes an augmented reality video to see what was once an area full of life.
Where you can go through the Elbow, hopefully in the near future, and you can learn a little bit of history about the Elbow. What was in this location? What was in that location? What did it look like back then?
Joseph is already thinking about the moment he can take his children to the place his father shared with him.
It would be thoughts of totally about my dad and my family members. There's going to be an explosion of memories and warm feelings when they do open those bridges back up and we start to see it get cleaned up and taken care of.
The city has the grant funding to start construction, but there's no date on when that'll start. Jamison Kiefover for Fox 25 News.
People who lived in the Elbow or had family who lived there are asked to contact the Guthrie Collaborative or the City of Guthrie to share their story.